All right, shalom to the hopeful elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the elders and apostles, which are of great millstone. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the hopeful elect, to the sincere brothers doing this work, and to the sisters listening and learning. I'm going to jump right into it, man. Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. We are ought to put up our bodies as a living sacrifice, right? And what does that look like? That's going to look like the same thing for a lot of us, but also different things for everyone. But in general sense, man, making your body a living sacrifice is really just putting off the love and affection of this world. You know, making sacrifices in your life for the betterment of the spirit, right? Putting off the flesh, putting off the wills of the flesh for the betterment of the spirit, you know, not celebrating holidays, not celebrating your birthday, you know, not attending certain events because ultimately they're going to be a detriment to your spirit, as well as just, you know, making necessary sacrifices for the betterment of yourself, for the Lord, for the brotherhood, whatever that looks like, okay? And then for the brothers that's doing the work, also is a living sacrifice, right? You know, we go out on the highways and the hedges week in and week out, multiple times a week. We stand before the people and with great courage, man, getting battled, getting cussed at, you know, getting mocked, scoffed, recorded, you know, motherfuckers trying to fight us, man, kill us, all type of stuff, right? That's our reasonable service, though, right? Because there's a greater glory that is to come beyond that, right? And if Yahweh Shai could overcome the flesh and overcome the world, why can't we, right? So verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. So we have to be conformed. We have to not be conformed to this world, but we have to put on the spirit, right? We have to be renewed in the spirit. How do you be renewed in the spirit? It's through your mind, right? It's through the mentality that you have. It's through the thoughts that you have. It's through the perception that you have, which ultimately are going to translate directly to the actions that you take. So the point that I want to emphasize in this lesson is to be renewed in the spirit of your mind, okay? Put off that weak nature, okay? You got to put off the old man. You have to, when you come into this truth, it's a journey and it's a process for all of us, and it's different for everyone. No one's journey, no two people's journey are the same, right? Or are identical. Everyone's journey, everyone's struggles, everyone's afflictions and tribulations are different and unique. And a lot of us have similar things that we go through, and we have similarities and traits and things like that. But ultimately, everything is unique to one another, right? But you have to be renewed in your mind, and you have to put off the old man. So when you come into this faith, and you come and you accept the Lord, and you say, "I'm gonna walk in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai," you need to be in a spirit of betterment, advancement, elevation. Okay, you're not to come into this truth and to just say fuck it and just, you know, that fuck it, the world's gonna end, I'm over it kind of spirit, man. No. Yes, we are sighing and crying, and we're sorrow in heart and sorrow in spirit ultimately, but that's because of the abominations of this world. But we are also supposed to be of good cheer, because when we read the scriptures and we see the prophecies and we go out into the world, we have to be a light, and we can't let people see us with darkness behind us, man. If you are moping around and letting yourself go, you know, you carrying yourself, you're not grooming yourself, man. You're not showering. You're not keeping up with your hygiene. You holes in your clothes, man. Like, you just saying fuck it, bro. That's your flesh, right? And your appearance, if you will, or your perception of yourself is a direct reflection of your spirit. Okay, and we don't emphasize this enough, but it's very important, right? Like, it's not about being stylish. It's not about having money. It's not about being down or cool or trendy. It's about your spirit ultimately. You know, you wanna be the best. So you have to portray that you are the best. You claim to be a God. You claim to be a man of the Lord. Here it is. You look at all of your ancestors, right? We talk about David, we talk about Moses, we talk about Abraham, Lot, we talk about Joshua, Nehemiah, Samson, and so on and so forth. All these great men of our ancestry that we can read about in the scriptures. You think that they was walking around carrying themselves like they didn't give a fuck? No, these men took very good care of of their homes, and they had their homes in order. First and foremost, really specifically going into yourself. You have to have yourself in order, man. Like, when you in this truth, it teaches you discipline, right? It teaches you guidance. It teaches you how to live a healthy lifestyle, man, which is ultimately healthy in the spirit, body, and mind, body, and spirit. All right. Mentally and spiritually consuming righteous and holy things, and being abided in prophecy, being abided in the scriptures and the law, being with brothers, and, you know, being in the spirit. And then physically, we ought to take care of yourself, man. Take care of your diet, man. Exercise, because exercise is not necessarily just for aesthetic purposes. Exercising is great for your body. It's great for your heart. It's great for your muscles, and it's great for your mind. It's great for your spirit. All right. Exercise is it's a form of therapy, if you will. You know, when you exercise, you release chemicals in your brain that ultimately relieve stress. All right, boost confidence, boost security, right? Boost assurance, all these different things, right? You know, you need to start taking better care of yourself, man, and start being in more cheerful spirits, man. Start being in the start being in the mindset like, yo, I need to chase godliness, man. Because ultimately we're chasing godliness in the spirit. But you got to remember, you got to walk the walk, man. You can't just talk the talk. All right. You got to walk the walk, man. And I caught myself in that. And I was in that spirit for a long time, man. That fuck it. Babylon's going to be destroyed. America's going to go down. What's the point? Yada, yada, yada. You know, just doing dumb shit with my money. You know, overeating, becoming a slight bit of a glutton, if you will, not exercising, not caring for my diet and the things I consume. And what happened? I ended up gaining 60 pounds, man. I was about 200 pounds. Actually, I was less than 200 pounds. I lied. I was about 190 pounds in 2018. I've been in the faith since about 2016, 2017. I've been doing the work since 2018, and I was about 190 pounds. And as of this past April, I was 257. Right? I was in a dark place, man, for a very long time, man. Very, very dark place, man. But you know, those are the times where your integrity is tested, and you know, it's either fight or flight, man. It's fight or flight, man. Some guys gonna flight and then just fall out, go into depression, go back into the world, fall out the faith. Some guys gonna fight, man, and they gonna overcome and choose elevation. So here it is, August. It's been 4 months since I started getting back into exercising and dieting, and I've lost over 30 pounds, man. I've lost over 30 pounds, man. And I'm physically getting back in shape. I'm getting stronger. My muscles are growing, man. My energy's a level going higher. My confidence level is going higher. It's making me, I'm seeking, and I'm learning discipline now. And it's affecting me now that I'm learning discipline in areas outside of this truth, and, you know, and keeping the law to the best of my ability, and going to camp and doing lessons and things like that. I'm learning discipline and things outside of that, and things that are directly related to pleasure and lust, because eating is directly related to pleasure. Relaxing and chilling and sleeping in late is directly related to pleasure. And now that I've nipped all that in the bud and I've taken better care of my diet, I don't snack and I don't eat bullshit no more, man. I have a very well balanced diet now that's very enjoyable. I make my food taste good. It's very nutritious. It's fueled with protein and vitamins and minerals. And that's making me fiery in my whole life, even in the spirit, man. So that's why it's about being renewed in the spirit of your mind, because it's going to affect your everyday life. So let's jump over to Ephesians 4:22. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness, man. That's going into, that new man is ultimately going to go into who we are when we get the kingdom, right? But if the kingdom of heaven first starts within us, right? We are gods on earth, but we have not tapped into our godliness yet. Only a little small portion, man. So why just settle for the bare minimum? Why not try to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be? Because ultimately what that's going to do is you're never going to be perfect. And we're never going to be perfect in the flesh. Not until we receive the new bodies. But why not try to chase as close to that perfection as possible? Righteously, though. You know what I mean? Having, being understanding and knowing you'll never be perfect in the flesh. And, you're not going to beat yourself up over making mistakes and stuff. You do it righteously and intelligently. You just don't know how far you will go, man. And I can attest to this past like 4 or 5 months, man. The spirit of the Lord has been heavily upon me, bro. Like just bettering myself, man, getting better in the spirit. The Lord, ever since I started taking better care of myself, man, the Lord has blessed me with more finances, man. The Lord has blessed me with so many different things, man. Call out Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. But most importantly, just getting back into that spirit of cheerfulness and joy and confidence and courage, man. And assurance, being assured of myself, man. Walk around with your chest poked up, head held high. Nobody can't tell you nothing, man. Getting back into that spirit, because that's ultimately the spirit of the Israelites, man. Who is going to tell us anything, man? Especially these heathen. All right. So let's see. This is John 16:33. It says, matter of fact, yeah, it says, it says, these things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world, man. So Yahweh Shai has overcome the world. And he's telling us to be in good cheer, man. Hey, listen, you're going to have tribulation in the world, but don't worry, man. I overcame the world. You can overcome the world, man. Fight the world right head on, man. Fight your tribulations head on. This is why you need to seek to be the best version of yourself, because the tribulations, most of the tribulations we face are things that that are tangible, if you will, right? A lot of our tribulations, financial issues, dealing with, women and, maybe kids or, usually it's just a bunch of shit in the world going wrong. But usually a lot of tribulations we go through, man, are really things with dealing with people, finances, and situations, right? And some of us go through more mental tribulations and things, but that's why if you have a routine and you have a outlet, right, outside of the work, right? Because doing the work is great, and it's going to keep you zoned in, but you have to have something outside of that when you're not embodied in the work. You need to have an outlet and something to where you can let off steam, right? And that's where brothers should get into fitness, man. Get into fitness, start getting into weight training, take up a martial arts, man. Something that's going to force you to build a mental callus, man. That's going to force you to build discipline and put your body through some type of pain willfully, man. And ultimately it's going to make you stronger in the mind and the spirit. And then you're going to start feeling better about yourself, man. You're going to start feeling like you accomplish more, you're disciplined, you're more vibrant now, man. And the spirit of the Lord can flow better throughout you, man. And I believe that, man. I believe that wholeheartedly, man. The more healthy you are, the better you take care of yourself, man. Your temple, I truly believe that the Spirit of the Lord can flow more greatly upon you than you are if you don't take care of your temple. And I say that because I've experienced it for myself. You know, I've experienced it for myself, man. So, hey, Lord willing, this video was edifying. Till next time, shalom.